Story 1. I think the issue of why you struggle with women will determine how to improve. For me, one thing that helped was not trying to make women like me. When I was a teenager, I did that, and it only ended in bad results. Once I stopped trying and allowed women to see me acting naturally, some women were interested. They liked me for who I am, and no convincing was really required. You should not be trying to make women like you. Instead, you should look for a woman who likes you. Story 2. I became more attractive by investing a lot of time, effort, and money into my fitness, diet, wardrobe, and grooming. I put significant effort into building a larger and better social network, which improved my social skills and made me less afraid of talking to strangers and women. If you are reasonably attractive and can make girls laugh and feel safe, that is half the battle won. Story 3. Time and practice. I had to get rejected a lot. And I mean a lot. I had to get ignored before I learned what not to say early on. I have autism, so it is a bit harder. But if I can do it, you can. Story 4. Learn to be silent and practice active listening. Learn to let others vent without trying to offer solutions to their problems. Story 5. I just started talking to random people in bars. Some of those were women. I made a conscious effort not to be flirty. After doing that for a couple of months, they all started making moves. Over time, I got better at gauging when I could drop a flirty line or two because I recognized a certain look or behavior from people who were interested. I'm not exactly a pretty boy either. I'm a metalhead and goth who wears big boots and big leather jackets. Most people don't warm up that quickly. Story 6. I woke up to myself. I'm sure I'm not alone in having a moment of clarity in early adulthood and feeling a massive weight of embarrassment descend as I realized I've lived in fear and lashed out wildly at harmless but vulnerable people to keep the light off me. Every part of my life, not just the way I related to women. That happens to most people, I assume. It's a matter of if you acknowledge it to yourself. We intuitively know when we do the wrong thing, and we always recognize it eventually. We have free choice, though. Realizing you're a bad person doesn't always result in change. Story 7. Put yourself first. Women have directly told me that there is nothing you can say to them about themselves that they do not already know. Do your own thing. Be your own person. You will go farther in life. Stop trying to please everyone. Story 8. Stop being bitter towards them is a start. Bitterness can stem from rejection, lack of acknowledgement, and feeling not good enough. Just be happy-go-lucky, and women pick up on that. Story 9. There were two things that made the change for me. 1. Starting probably in the sophomore year of high school and then early college, I made a lot more friends who were women, many of whom were attractive. This made it easier to figure out how to interact with women in ways I did not fully understand before I had deep friendships with some of them. Many also turned out to be great at helping me understand when I was missing a hint or how to plan a good date. The biggest help was them assisting me with my style and haircut. I became more confident. Part of this was taking improvisation and public speaking classes in senior year, which helped me figure out how to express what was in my head in funny and engaging ways. It also taught me a lot about reading the person I was talking to. I also joined a Bollywood dance team, and becoming a good dancer helped me personally. In the context of the Indian community, it gave me a level of status I would not have had otherwise. It was a great experience. I made many friends and gained access to upperclassmen to interact with and learn from. Story 10. I stopped caring whether they wanted to go out or not. That freed me from feeling nervous or anxious while talking to them, and I guess it makes me appear confident. Actually, I just do not care if I stay at home or spend money on a woman. Often, I wish she had said no instead of me wasting time and money on them. Story 11. Keep your own needs, boundaries, and self-respect above appeasement and conflict avoidance. If you are always ready to drop what you are doing to cater to her needs, you will lose her respect. As a result, the relationship will become toxic. Ask me how I know. Story 12. Got hurt a lot and started treating myself and women badly in my 20s. In my 30s, I worked on myself and got married. We went to marriage counseling right away, even without issues. In 2 sessions, I learned that I hadn't worked on myself enough to truly care about who I was with. Please take care of yourself before you can be with someone. It is very important to know that loving yourself is a gift some of us cannot afford because of trauma. Story 13. Just spent time with women one at a time, relationship style, and learned. Also, earning good money makes you a more confident man. Knowing more about other places and countries apart from where you live helps. Getting older. Story 14. Got to 225 pounds at 15% body fat and made over 6 figures. It's easy to be confident when you are in shape and have money. Story 15. For me, I stopped worshiping them. I always put them on a pedestal, and that is a huge turnoff for most women. Just remember you have a lot to offer, and if she says no, she is doing you a favor. There are dozens of others out there who would say yes. Story 16. When I was younger, women seemed like mystical creatures, and I had no idea how to interact with them. I would get flustered and say dumb things I thought would impress them. I offered way too many compliments because I believed, if I say enough nice things about her, she'll like me. Over time, I started treating women much like I did guys. Not completely, but I stopped trying to act cool or suave. I just talked to them. To be fair, I eventually became a journalist, so I'm good at talking to people. You start by breaking the ice with something you have in common. That can be anything. Talk about the weather, something in the room, a song playing, a graphic t-shirt they're wearing, a friend you share, or something happening in the world. Find something you both can discuss. From there, figure out what the person is proud of or what gives them validation. For some, it's their job, style of dress, tattoos, a show they attended, a trip, or art they made. Do not talk about their body. Avoid complimenting things they don't control daily. Saying your boobs are fantastic is a bad idea for many reasons. But I love your hair color, t-shirt, jewelry, or shoes is okay. Ideally, talk about something they have done, as it opens up more conversation topics and allows you to share your experiences. Basically, ask a question, compliment their answer, share your experience if you have something relevant, then ask a follow-up question. You don't have to add something every time. Often, it's better to ask another question than go on a boring anecdote. Being funny is very helpful. It's like a cheat code that can make up for shortcomings in other areas. While doing this, maintain open body posture, make eye contact without staring, and smile. Your goal is to present the best version of yourself. If she likes you, great. Not everyone will, and that's okay. You're not being fake. You're being yourself. Don't talk badly about yourself. You want her to like you, not focus on your insecurities. When asking her out, I usually try to find things she enjoys while mentioning things I like. I rarely ask directly, will you go out with me? Because people don't like being put on the spot, and saying no can be awkward. Instead, I might say, I've been thinking about going to that museum since I haven't been there in years. I might go next weekend. Feel free to let me know if you'd like to join. This doesn't require an immediate yes or no and gives them time to decide. Some women might not be romantically interested, and that's fine. Always be polite and gracious in rejection. Many women I was interested in didn't work out, but I stayed friendly and invited them to hang out when I had people over, even just as friends. Sometimes a friend they brought along and I would hit it off. That wouldn't happen if I reacted badly to rejection. Don't burn bridges. Regarding appearance, you don't need expensive clothes or perfect hair, but show that you care somewhat about your appearance and hygiene. Wash your clothes, shower, take care of your teeth, and trim your fingernails. Some women care about appearance a lot, but many will overlook flaws if you're fun to talk to. Story 17. I started to view flirting as fun, lighthearted, and playful, which removed any fear of rejection and seriousness that was always tied to the goal of her liking me. Essentially, I learned not to care if she liked me at all and instead focused on having fun for myself, which happens to work well when it comes to women liking you. Story 18. I made a lot of money. Money alone did not solve everything. It eliminated the struggle of simply surviving and allowed me to focus on other aspects of my life. I was able to afford a therapist to help me work on issues that were interfering with my relationships, such as anxiety and insecurity. In reality, if you have the time and access to mental health care, you can do what I did. Money helps, but many wealthy people rely on their money as the basis of their relationships. The challenge with money is preventing it from clouding all your relationships. Story 19. Graduated college in a good field. It turns out girls wanted to date a manufacturing design engineer rather than me at my former job as a bartender at Popeye's Oasis. Nicer car, nicer apartment, and so on. Story 20. I stopped caring about what people thought in general. I have to say, reading some of these comments, some of these men are weak and are more than likely in the friend zone. Story 21. Got introduced to the male community, studied female psychology for 4 years, approached, reflected, then reached a point where some of my friends said, "You have a way with women." Story 22. I watched some videos on how to approach women, which I strongly recommend you take with a grain of salt, as there is a lot of male toxicity in this space. Key takeaways for myself. 1. You need to get comfortable starting conversations rather than waiting for an opportunity. 2. You build connection through conversation, but you build physical comfort through touch. The build-up to a kiss or more starts with subtle hand touches on their hand, shoulder, or knee. It doesn't need to be constant, just occasional. These touches should also help you read her body language to indicate if she is comfortable or not. 3. Have a rough date plan. My go-to first date is coffee, which can then become a walk anywhere if the date is going well. A date containing drinks or hanging out at each other's house would be more conducive to being intimate. The most important part of this is to keep the plan flexible and read the room. The plan is to help progress things for those it does not come naturally to, but nothing is worse than someone who keeps trying to push a rigid plan. Remember, the ideal date should not be defined by the outcome. It should be about having fun together and mutual connection. Hope this helps. As said in another person's comment, everyone's journey is different, so honest self-analysis is important too. Story 23. Confidence. Work on yourself. Feel good about yourself and they will come to you. I am also very funny and well endowed. Story 24. I read the book The Game by Neil Strauss. Of the different styles discussed, I picked the ones that felt more congruent with my personality. The one guy that acts mysterious and the cocky and funny style by Angelo, if I remember correctly. As a result, I got my first handholds, kiss, girlfriend, and more at 22 years old. I also started weight training around that time. My appearance did not change much because I did not like dieting, but maybe that helped too because of the boost in testosterone and confidence. Story 25. Being genuine. Going to places where the kinds of women I like go, rather than the usual places where I am not the type of guy who does well. Being relaxed and talking to everyone, whether I am interested or not. They know people and social practice is valuable. The woman you like will observe how you interact with others and form opinions about your behavior and reputation. Fill your time with social activities. Pursue hobbies and do things that give you interesting topics to discuss. Engage with people as individuals first and foremost, and as dating or romantic partners as a possible bonus. Make friends. Embrace the so-called friend zone because she will have other friends who may be more interested. Accept rejection as not a big deal. Most often, it is not about you. Generally, be relaxed, be fun, and save the intensity for someone who wants it. Story 26. Depends. The first question I would ask is about your goal. Do you want to be able to attract any woman, or do you want to attract the best woman for you? Story 27. I did this one trick. Whenever I meet a new girl, I assume that nothing will ever happen between us. I focus on whether she is actually fun to be around and would be the kind of person I would genuinely be friends with. This markedly improved the quality of female relationships in my life and made filtering out toxic ones much easier. Story 28. Go up to them and talk about literally anything. Doing so during a mutual activity is a good icebreaker. If the vibe is right and you like her, ask for her social media or phone number. Approach these interactions with the mindset that you bring value to the table and are evaluating them as much as they are evaluating you. Be polite and tactful. You will face some rejections. This is normal. Despite what online pickup artists and Reddit anecdotes may say, almost no man has a 100% success rate with women. Some women are in relationships, not interested, etc. Do not take it personally. Do not wait long to go out with women. If you are both free, you can go out that very evening. Do something fun with the intention of it being a date. Women will date you if you are enjoyable to be around. Try not to worry about whether it will lead to sex immediately. Focus on having fun. Paradoxically, this is often how things lead to sex. Story 29. First and foremost, adopt the practice of actively listening to women and stop using the time while they are speaking to form a response instead of fully understanding what they are saying. Story 30. My main issue was not that women did not like me, but that I never noticed when they did or convinced myself they were not interested in me. I solved that by assuming every woman is interested in me now. It has worked wonders so far. Story 31. Honestly, let her know that you are interested in her on all levels. Be engaging and ask questions about her life and her world. Make her feel like she is the most important person to you. You need to be genuine and even vulnerable, but also remain masculine in the proper sense. Not a tough guy or anything like that, even if that is who you are. Story 32. Got a woman to help me get a new wardrobe, got a new apartment, created a fake persona matching the goal, devoted 100% of my time and money to the charade. I got laid a lot, but the cost was too high and in the end, it was not worth it. Story 33. Changed everything about myself, literally shape-shifting into a different person. Not only was I better with women, I was better with people in general. Apparently, I was abrasive. Story 34. I think it's a seasonal thing. I heard from men older than me when I was about 19 or 20. Women come in waves as a single man. I struggled with girls in the first half of high school. In the second half, I had too many dates with too many girls. Then, in college, the first half I was solid, a stud who could do no wrong until I was about 22. After that, I was dry for about a year. I found a girl and got dumped badly. For a month, I was depressed and sad. Between ages 24 and 25, I dated a new girl every month. At 26, I had a girlfriend for a while and haven't been with anyone since. I am currently 27 and once again in a dry spell. I think it comes down to learning from your mistakes, focusing on yourself, and genuinely liking someone for who they are, not just how they look. Story 35. Let go. The only way to get what you want is to ask for it. Let go of caring about awkwardness or fear of rejection. Let go of worry or feeling that you are not enough. Let go of all the strategy and caution and just go for it. You can sit and expect something to fall out of the sky into your lap, but it probably will not happen. Story 36. Flirt with the world and start conversations with everyone you meet. This builds muscle memory for when it counts, such as approaching women. Story 37. I grew into my lanky body and gained confidence. A long time ago, I decided to just be myself so I would actually attract someone compatible, and it works. You also have to groom yourself. Story 38. I was not bad with women before this, but I started attracting older ladies after my beard began growing, and I developed calluses on my hands from physical work and lifting. Story 39. First, accept that whatever trauma, environment, or circumstance turned you into this person is not your fault. Something put you on this path, and it's what you know. Do not beat yourself up. Just keep living. You will get tired of it eventually, or you will find a woman who will love you through everything, and you will get tired of hurting her. Then you have your whole life to start making it up to her. 2. Therapy. Go sit on a couch and have a stranger ask open-ended questions until you have your own epiphany. 3. Make your life suit your lifestyle. If you like multiple women, stop trying to settle for one. Stop trying to do all the traditional things with unconventional behavior. If you are older than 19, do not ever lie to a woman again. Keep 100% genuine at all times. Do not be ashamed or scared of women disliking it. Secret info. If a woman thinks you are worth it, she will tolerate anything. But if she thinks she is settling or compromising, that's when she starts making the rules. The easy way, only deal with women who think you are the one. Tell them the honest truth at all times, and move on while continuing to be mature. Story 40. If a partner falls in love with who you are pretending to be, it is not real. It is worth waiting for the one who loves you for your true self, faults and all. Story 41. Honestly, a lot of it is just getting older, gaining experience with different types of women, and paying attention to yourself and others. The rest comes naturally. Try to make yourself presentable, whatever that means for the types of people you connect with. Don't restrict yourself from being who you are, but also be open to learning from what others say about you and making changes. Figure out if anything is getting in the way of you enjoying relationships with women as human beings. Whether that's self-consciousness, desire, insecurity, or something else. Try to become a solid person. Avoid playing mind games as much as possible. Most importantly, get therapy. Become deeply familiar with your mind, your triggers, and your automatic reactions. Story 42. I have nothing to contribute. After my divorce, I am probably out of practice now. However, single mothers at work are showing interest in me. They are booking a room to try to be with me and becoming overly touchy at work. Story 43. I don't have much success. Partly because I don't escalate things or haven't been interested enough lately, but I'm a lot happier than I used to be despite that. The times I was most successful and now when I'm happy are the same. I'm not trying to make anyone like me anymore. I'm just trying to become the person I want to be and enjoy life. I think doing that will bring greater satisfaction than tweaking every little thing about yourself to gain mass appeal. People are people. Shocking, I know, but every person is different, and you cannot control or know with certainty what anyone else wants. Think about it. Do you believe a woman you weren't into could magically perform the right behaviors to change your mind regardless of your own opinions? No, probably not. It's more worthwhile to shape what you want than to try to shape what others want. Story 44. Read books by experts such as Atomic Attraction, No More Mr. Nice Guy, The Rational Male, How Women Test Men, and Undercover Sex Signals. I also watched many instructional videos and talks by people like Jordan Peterson, Homath, Casey Zander, and Bobby Rio. Story 45. The old cliché, worked on myself, got in better shape, and did not focus on women at all for a while. Story 46. I started talking to them and nearly treating them like we are equal. Of course, we are. Before, I used to put every single woman on a pedestal and talk to them like that as well. When I would talk to a cute girl in class, I was hyper-aware of what I was saying and tried to keep in mind how this or that sounded. Once I started talking to them like a dude and did not overcompliment them or give them my full attention, it became easy. Story 47. For me, it was, and to a point still is, social anxiety. The solution is to talk to people more and accept that I will be what some women are looking for and not what others are looking for. Being genuine friends with a number of women helps too. Mostly because more friends are awesome. Also, you will see how much more similar they are rather than different. They will build up your confidence, and you will get comfortable being yourself around them and see that they are not like social media and Reddit often portrays them. As far as talking to women, if you want to meet new women, the simplest way for me is to go to events I am interested in. I mention it a lot on dating questions, but we have a nerd bar around here, and when they do games that require people to talk to each other, you have a reason to be talking already. So you are going to meet people, both men and women, and maybe you will meet a friend, maybe you will meet a date, or maybe you will just chat and nothing will really come of it aside from having a fun night out. But you have to put yourself in a place to meet them in the first place. After that, it is often more down to luck than anything else. Obviously, you want to put your best foot forward, but you also do not want to be fake if you want things to work out long term. Making sure you are wearing nice clothes, cleaned up, hair combed, not saying stupid things, are all part of putting your best foot forward. Pretending you like to travel when you are a homebody is lying and sets yourself up for longer-term failure. That said, I am a gaming nerd. Going to a gaming bar is already setting myself up for success with a crowd I would be interested in dating, and who would more likely be interested in me than just the general population of women. Likewise, anyone with interests commonly adjacent to that such as comics or anime would likely have good luck there too. More generically, pick an interest, find a place with events related to that interest that force you to talk to people, go to that event to have fun, and if you meet anyone new that leads somewhere, that is a bonus. Either way, you get to have a good day or night. Story 48. I switched the agenda from, I want her to be impressed by me, to, I want to find out if we are compatible. Removing the pressure I put on myself allowed me to loosen up. Rejection stopped being a punishment. Taking a chance became an experiment and an exercise in curiosity rather than a test of adequacy. Why worry about someone who does not want you? Story 49. I worked on myself and became more confident. I stopped caring so much about what others think and just became myself. Suddenly, women became interested. Story 50. Stuck with one. She likes my quirks. I imagine the ideal answer would be exposure and overcoming the fear of rejection to the point of removing anxiety and being your genuine self. Story 51. There's no secret. Work out, dress well, and get paid. You will reach a point where women will start to be attracted to you, and approaching or making the first move will not feel like an intrusion. It will feel like a handshake, mutually receptive. Story 52. It really depends on what you are not good at, so you first have to take an honest assessment of what is causing your failures. For me, I was not confident talking to women. Once I figured that out, I started talking to them more and evaluated which conversations worked and which did not. I focused more on the successful approaches and less on the unsuccessful ones, which helped me build confidence. Once I had confidence, I realized I needed to make a more genuine effort to treat women with care and respect, which led to much greater success. Too many men view women as objects, and I did not realize I was one of them when I was younger. Story 53. Increased my confidence since I did not have much initially. I achieved success, which in itself boosted my confidence even more. Everything has gone well ever since. Story 54. For one, don't think of it as getting good with women. You have to actually care about them as people. There is no secret recipe. If you are getting bullied or something, those are not the girls you want to be with anyway. What worked for me was not focusing too hard on getting a girlfriend and getting more comfortable talking to people in general. Story 55. The way I talked to them did not spark emotional interest because I spoke to them like a man. Many videos about female psychology helped me improve that. I also started training, focusing on my physique. Story 56. Make the effort to learn how women think. It is very different from men. This is a good start. Lots of resources are available online as well. Do not just think, why can't a woman be more like a man? Story 57. By having goals and working towards them, learning how to read people and empathize with them, being willing to take my chances, and accepting rejection with grace, I have improved my interactions with women over the years. Additionally, I focus only on pursuing women who would be a good fit for me. By the time I have figured that out, she is likely already interested in me as well. Story 58. I figured out how to talk to make conversation what women are attracted to and how they show that they are interested in you. Story 59. Got rid of my ponytail and got a haircut that was smart and suited me. Shaved off my goatee. Asked a female friend to help me find clothes that suited me. Got contact lenses. Like some 1990s college romantic comedy, but reversed. Discovered that I was quite handsome under that awkward mess, and that women were attracted to me. Once I got my first girlfriend, I discovered that they are not ethereal creatures that I needed to be enraptured by. Story 60. Well, I was never bad with women, so I really cannot speak to your question from that point of view, but I am average to decent looking. I would say a 7. Athletic back in my prime, but never ripped or with washboard abs. I just knew what I liked to do, was confident in what I did, had fun, and approached a lot of women. Some literally laughed in my face. I shrugged my shoulders and moved on. Their loss was my mantra. I always enjoyed it when I ended up with a better-looking girl than them and seeing the looks on their faces. Priceless. But like others have said, be yourself. You just have to know who you are. Story 61. Confidence. Don't care what people think and still be kind to others. Expect rejection, and it will not bother you at all. Not caring is attractive to some. Thanks a bunch for sticking around till the end of the video. Remember to subscribe, and until next time, stay awesome and goodbye.